This is episode 57 of Daily Flip. I'm extremely excited about today's episode. One, because it's been a really long time since I've done an episode. There's a few reasons for that, and I'll get into that here in a moment. But two, I've actually missed interacting with a lot of you guys, especially the regular commenters. If you're watching this, commentators, I think commenters is the word I'm looking for. Say hello in the comments, it's been a while. But the reason it's actually been a while since I've been on here is because I've taken a little break from the internet. See, I can't even talk. The internet. That's probably why I stopped, because I couldn't talk. It's been a while since I've been on the internet, like, at all. Like Facebook, I don't do Twitter. Instagram's not really my thing. But I've just taken a little bit of a break. One, I guess the main reason is just been family. I noticed that as I was working on my website, my blog, the podcast, the Car Flip Show, which is still active on iTunes and Stitcher, which we'll probably be getting back to here in the near future. But I noticed that my time was overwhelmingly involved in those things. Obviously, my wife noticed I was spending less time with my kids. It takes a lot of time to create the content, to interact with people following up on the content, and then to create new content, to edit it, to get it on the internet, and then to keep track of all of it just got a little bit overwhelming. So I decided to take a little bit of a break. I've obviously been managing my used car dealership here in Raleigh. I've been flipping the whole time, but I've just not been documenting it, that's a word, for you guys to see. And obviously I've forgotten how to talk in the meantime, but I'm excited to be getting back at it. So I'm just gonna give you a rundown of what I've been up to, what I've been doing in these past few months. As you can see, there's a car behind me. This is what I'm currently detailing. We just sold several. It's been stupid slow here in Raleigh for the last 2-ish months. We had Hurricane Michael that came through, which was followed by Hurricane Florence. We didn't get anything in either one of them really, other than rain and just a little bit of wind. But I guess the potential threat for Hurricane Michael, which was supposed to come straight off the coast and then come right into Raleigh, it diverted, went through South Carolina, went around Charlotte. It didn't give us anything at all. But business literally died. Like a week before, nothing. A month afterwards, nothing. Then we had the state fair here, which killed everything traffic-wise as far as people coming in to look at vehicles or even any interest in anything. So in a month and a half, I sold 4 cars, which is not good, because to pay the bills, I really need to sell about 8 cars a month. So needless to say, that was a little bit of a strain just on me and on the finances and whatnot. But got past that, things have picked up. We sold 7 cars the next 30 days, which has been nice. So we sold 2 cars this month already, which is a good start to this month. So things are picking up, hopefully. But as you can see, our front line is a little bit bare. We've got a 06 Range Rover Sport, 2010, actually both these are 2010s. This is Traverse here, Saturn Outlook here. They're actually the exact same vehicle, both made by GM, same everything, interior, engine, drivetrain, it's all the same. Then we have a 2007, I believe, Ford Explorer right over here. A couple that we actually, one I just got in is, if I can point with my finger, there we go. The Jeep Wrangler just came in Friday. This one here is one, actually I'll show you the inside of our Liberty. This is 2008. It was extremely nasty, like to the point I had to pull out everything. And when I say everything, I'll show you, like past the insulation, the carpet, all of that. We've got bare metal. It was so dirty, I had to pull everything out and actually pressure wash it. That's a really good option if you have not done it in the past. If you have a pressure washer and something is just extremely nasty, cloth seats, especially like the microfiber type, the newer cloth they put in some of these cars, it'll get dirty and you just can't get the stains out. But you can actually pull the seats, just unbolt them. Normally it's 4 bolts. You pull them out, put them in your driveway, spray them down with some Purple Power. You would think that wouldn't be good for it, but it actually is really good at breaking down the grease, the dirt, the grime. Then you just knock it out with a pressure washer, go top to bottom. Make sure you get everything out, leave it out in the sun, put some fans on it, let it dry for a couple days. I made the mistake on this one. I had to take it over for my paint guy to fix a spot actually right up here. And hopefully you can't tell that it was even fixed, but there was a spot right here and there was like dent, 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 dent. I have no idea what somebody would have done to dent it the way it was dented, but he did a really good job fixing it. But on the way over there, I started to feel something. I was like, and my seat was completely soaked. It was dry on top, and so I got over there, my butt was soaking wet. My paint guy laughed at me, and that was that. But anyway, so make sure they dry properly. Make sure the cushion, the foam underneath is actually dry before you get in and drive on the vehicle, because otherwise people think you peed your pants. But this is one that's in the works. The insulation was dry. This metal building, there's a few spots where the metal overlaps on the top. Actually leak a little bit of water, so I had the insulation drying overnight last night. There was a drip that came through and actually wet a spot, so I've got it in front of a fan right now. I'll be putting all that back in tomorrow. And then we have a window motor. This is one of the weirdest window motors I've seen. Normally a window motor regulator assembly looks, it's just, if you've seen one, you know what it looks like. This one, I actually had to pull this panel off, because as you can see, the inside of that is completely hollow, like there's nothing there. If you can see the rods right here, the lock, I'm gonna get my camera back up, there's a lock mechanism right here. It's just nothing, and I didn't realize it when I got it from the auction. I wasn't paying attention. I got back and I was like, why is there not a door handle? Then I was like, why is there not a window switch? Then I pulled it on and it just popped off, and I was like, are you kidding me? I had no idea what was supposed to be there, so I had to pull this side off just to look. I probably could have Googled it, probably should have checked on Amazon first, but this whole assembly in here, like this, is all one unit. That the window motor, I don't know if I can even show it in the camera, but basically this is the motor. You probably can't see it too well. Right here, behind this is like a regulator assembly. It's all built into this whole assembly, which I was not expecting. I've not done any of these on the Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep products. This is really similar to like a Dodge Nitro, but it's the Jeep Liberty version, so that's a project. It's supposed to be in on Tuesday, today's Monday, so I'll have that tomorrow. We can install it, get that other side back together, get the interior put in, and we're good to go. Otherwise, let's see if there's anything around back that's interesting at all. Yeah, actually we've got in a Volvo in the back. I've done a little bit with the Volvos. I'm not a huge fan of Volvos, but I've done okay. This is a 2004, let me zoom it in. That didn't help at all. This is a 2004 Volvo XC90. It's a neat looking vehicle. Actually the same body style through like 2012, 2013, so it looks more expensive than it really is. This Jeep is in pretty good shape. This is a 2005. You can see actually here on the sticker, when they come through at Odessa in Raleigh, we get a sticker that tells us year, run number, mileage here. Of course, the VIN number's right there. Actually, we have a sticker that tells us where it came from. This was a trade-in at Auction Direct in Raleigh, most likely. It's a little dirty. It's probably locked right now. But the top's in good shape. Interior is okay. Seats are good. It's got to clean it out and spend a little detail time on it. But the Volvo in the back, I think it's probably locked, but I'll show you what my project was on it. Actually, it came in, the back of the headliner was so far gone. When it came through the auction, it was completely fallen down up to the driver's seat. So you couldn't even see out the back of it. And that helped me in the fact that I knew it was gonna cost $175, actually cost $180 to have it replaced. But a lot of people just didn't want to mess with it because the headliner looked horrible. There was this orange padding stuff that had fallen everywhere. But as you can see, and I say as you can see, I don't know if you actually can, inside this vehicle, it is just, it looks really bad. Let's see if I can show you. There we go. We've got wires hanging everywhere. The headliner is right there. You can see part of it hanging down. This is a really bad video, but I'm pretty sure it's locked, which it is. The Volvos have the side curtain airbag that runs all the way down the side of the vehicle. So basically, all up here, it goes all the way to the back, which means there's wires that run on that headliner. So I had to disconnect all the wires. They were actually glued from the factory onto the headliner, so I had to pull those off, take everything, all the plastics around. Headliners are actually really easy to remove. Just look in them, go logically. If there's plastic attached, like a handle or a visor or a little console piece, maybe where the sunroof controls are, you gotta remove all of that, and then you can get the headliner out once you remove basically any hindrances to doing so. So that's that. I'm gonna unlock my back door because I don't wanna walk all the way around the front. So sometimes this key actually is a little bit of a pain, so we'll hope that it lets us in. Let's see. This is the one that usually gives me a problem. Got a little bit of a flood going on here. Whenever it rains, the water collects in this little area. And as I was afraid, there it goes, there we go. All right, and we're in. Now sometimes it won't let it out of the door. This is a horrible video, I know, but I gotta get this. All right, I'll come back for that. I'm gonna leave that there. Hopefully I don't forget my key, which I guess I can't because I have to lock up. Turn my light on. This is another project I've been working on today. This is a 2010 Chevrolet Equinox. This has been a vehicle I've been actually flipping a lot recently. I've done really well with these that I can price in the under 9,000 price range. This is a 2010 with, let me check my miles, 114,000 miles again. Bought this one at auction. 2010, there's the miles. This one actually is really neat. I've not done a Equinox that had this feature. I figured DVD would be an option, but I bought this and actually didn't realize that this has a flip-up DVD in the seat right there. Very snazzy. Hopefully it works. This is from the factory. It's a pretty neat feature. My project on this one has been actually pulling the carpet up and out. You see I've got a fan in here now. This is because I've used my steam cleaner here. This is a Mighty Light steam cleaner. Does really good. It's an under $1,000 hot pressure steam cleaner. Does really well. But we had to pull the seats, driver, passenger. The passenger is still out. As you can see, we had these under the carpet to kind of prop it up so that I could get airflow under it. While I had that propped up, I also had this dehumidifier running. It's a Frigidaire unit. It does really well, actually. It collects it all into this bucket. You can empty it out. Tip you now. You can also have a hose run off the back of it. If you wanted to run the hose out and into somewhere, if you want to run a hose out of the car, you could have it drip out of here. I usually just get the bucket. I probably had 3 buckets of water in this. The insulation, everything was completely soaked. The reason it was is because this here, you can see now it's all the way up, or maybe you can. It was pushed down to where there was a gap between the sunroof and the actual lid, which meant water could get in, and water did. It rained a couple of days before the auction. There was like standing water inside of the actual floor. Actually, on a strategy I've been working on a little bit. I don't know that this is allowed at the auction, but I've been writing on the windows. These are the codes that were in the vehicle. Check engine light was on, so I put that on the window just so people would know. These are scary codes because it'd make you think you needed a timing chain. This is probably just the camshaft or the VVT solenoids for the intake and exhaust. There's a CV joint that was popping really bad. It's actually the passenger side. We've got that coming in tomorrow. And then there was standing water. So until the auction tells me I can't do it, I'm doing that because a lot of people go in blind. Comes to the auction, they assume everything's good. They don't even stick their head in to see there's water in there. I put that up there and I saw a few people walk up that looked like they were interested and they were like, they walked on to the next vehicle. There was actually an Equinox right behind this one and they went on to that one. Whether or not it helped or not, I don't know, but I don't ever put anything that's not true. I don't feel like that would be ethical. I'm only putting problems that actually exist on the vehicle. So whether or not it works, I'm not sure, but I'm giving it a shot. This is the fan that's going on the insulation. Got a few tires out here. I was pulling, looking for a oddball size the other day. This is the section that was actually wet, so hopefully that'll be dry in the morning. This actually is a transfer case we just put in our Land Rover. We thought we had a bushing, a rear drive shaft hanger bearing that was bad. It ended up being the actual transfer case. Luckily, that was only $350, which surprised me big time because I thought that a Land Rover transfer case would have been upwards of $900, I don't know, but it was actually pretty cheap. This is the carpet, actually goes in the Jeep Liberty. This is dyed carpet. It did not look anything like this once it was pressure washed. We did the Purple Power pressure wash on this. Still had stains all over it. The dye will do wonders. That's a video for another day. I think I've already made one. You can check that on YouTube. But the carpet dye, which is actually this right here, Duplicolor. This is a medium gray, HVP 109 is the code. You can buy it in advance. I think Walmart might even stock it, but really cool. Can get you out of a jam when you have a really dirty carpet in a vehicle. Otherwise, that's about what's been up with me over the past few months. Looking forward to interacting with a lot of you guys. It was actually funny as I was trying to put my camera together. It's been so long I couldn't find my tripod. Right now, this is the stand I'm using. This works as my support here. I couldn't find it. It took me a while to dig it out from in the back of a closet. Couldn't find my memory card. Actually forgot how to use my wireless mic. So it's been a while. Gonna work out the kinks. Hopefully I can actually say the words and talk better in the next episode. But it's been really fun sharing what's been going on with you guys. If you have not seen an episode in a while and you're surprised there's one here and you've listened this long, be sure to say hello. If you've not subscribed to the Car Flip, I can understand why, because there's been no content, but there will be from here on out. I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel so I can share more about car flipping and what it can do for you and how it can hopefully help supplement your current income or maybe even replace it altogether. Otherwise, I will see you in the next episode. Whether or not we actually keep these daily, I'm not sure yet. When the next podcast will air, I will be announcing here in the near future. We're probably going to go to a season format instead of like episode 1 to 1 coming out every week. There probably will be weekly episodes, but the first, I think 17 episodes will probably be season 1. We'll have season 2, kind of like TV shows where you got a 3-month break or a 6-month break. We'll keep those coming regularly, but in a season format, so we'll release those and then they will continue in that type of a fashion. But excited about getting back on the internet. For those of you that are members of the Car Flip course, they're probably the only ones on the internet that I've stayed in contact with because they are members of my course. It's been nice interacting with them just as they have questions as they've come along. So I'll be checking in with you guys on our private Facebook page. Otherwise, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next episode.